term, I'll show you a few of the photos that of the projects we did in Central Africa. It's just amazing how much you can do with the labor there. Management contracts, this is where all the responsibility goes over to a single contractor. He takes over the design, responsibility, really expensive for our employer. It's basically that trick of giving us a check. And then of course the target contracts, pay and gain share type contracts. Alright, the new contracting vehicles that's popping up all over the show, because typically government won't have enough money for the projects on their own, or they don't want to enter into it on its own. They'll start the public-private partnerships, and this is really an interesting thing to start thinking about. Where are these types of contracts going to go in the next couple of years? All right, so toll roads, prisons, those types of things, hospitals, we have to think about. So there's different ways that you can use these. Each of them have a different reason for use. Alright, so that's the end of tonight's lesson or section, or first introductory online session that we had. What you need to remember is that assignment number 1 is due in about 2 weeks time, next Sunday. So don't get caught with that one. Now if we think about the probability curve on durations for assignments, it can go really quickly. However, being students, you'll see that these assignments tend to take the amount of time that we have available, and that's called the Parkinson's principle. Alright, so the bigger the table is that you're working on, the more stuff you'll get to put on it. Alright, and the same with your assignment. The more time you have, the more time you'll take. And of course, this is what happens. After tonight, you'll be really enthusiastic about going to do your assignment immediately. However, by Wednesday or Thursday maybe, your enthusiasm has dropped down considerably, and the Saturday night before the assignment is due, obviously there'll be a tremendous effort where you do everything in that last couple of minutes. Alright, so that's the end of the lecture. Do we have any questions from you guys?
Hey, Joshua, I've got one. It's in relation to the textbook.
Alright.
In the guide, you said you wanted the 1996 edition, and you've labelled everything accordingly. The only problem is you can only get the earlier editions.
Oh, alright, so which one can you get?
1994, I think.
Gee.
The
Alright.
bookshop said they'd cleared it with you.
They did. Alright, I can't remember that.
Yes, apparently so. I was dubious of that, hence I'm raising it.
Yes. Alright, so leave that one with me, Carl, and I'll go and see them tomorrow. I can't remember. Many people phone me, but I can't remember the bookshop phoning me telling me that they don't have the 1996 version of that book. If they don't have it, that book's also fine. I'll go and check and make sure that it's got the relevant information. If it doesn't, I'll make sure that I post a little bit of more information of the relevant stuff that I want on there. So that's what
Excellent, thank you.
yeah, that's what I can do in the meantime. All right, any other questions? Alright, so for next week, we only have a few students that's taking part, and there's about 20 of you guys in the class. So for next week, if you guys can think of a few things that you would like me to discuss, and post that onto the forum, and I'll make sure that I cover that in the lecture for next Monday night. And these items can, be questions about the assignment, for instance. So question number 1, 2, or 3. Any of those questions we can deal with. I can't, or I won't give you the answer, but I'll try and get you on the way as best I can to make sure that you submit a good assignment. At the end of the day, remember, I don't want to see you guys in the class again next year, so it's to everybody's benefit if I can answer your questions earlier on. All right, so what I might do now is I'll just stop the sharing, and if there's no more questions, I'll end the session. Matthew, do you have any questions? Alright, in that case, I'll see you guys next week.